Hello and welcome to this latest gear test of a Rotolight sound and light kit. This is a Rotolight RL48 and this is the microphone that they send with the kit. This is how I've configured it in my testing for this gear test. Let's start out by seeing what's in the box. It's a pretty good deal. It retails for about $249, but you can find it on sale like I did for like $99 US at some online shops. So do look around if this is going to be a solution for you. You can usually find a bargain. Oh, looky what's arrived at the Smart Film School. A Rotolight sound and light kit. This is available, believe it or not, for $99 at the BH Photo Store in the US. And Rotolight is famous for making really high quality studio lamps. So I'm really curious to see just exactly what they've done here that might help beginning videographers, mobile journalists, and anyone wanting to make better video stories with their smartphone or DSLR. In this first bag, looks like it's a nice bag with a belt pack, so you can slip that on your belt. Rotolight. And in here is some pockets for extra batteries. You can even put your phone in that pocket. And then here's the lamp. This is a battery powered, uses a few, I think just a few, yeah, you just twist that to open it up. And inside here are some color rings, some filters for changing the color of the light to different color temperatures, and three, looks like AA or AAA batteries. We'll find out in just a moment. Yes, AA batteries. We recommend Energizers, in fact. And these color rings, I guess, go somehow between the LEDs and your light source, which you're lighting. And it kind of gives you a guide there for, do you need to go CTO, which is color to orange, for if you're filming under tungsten, around 3200K. If you've got mixed lighting. And it's also got ways to neutral density, because you can't change the power of this Rotolight. Unlike they're much bigger and face it, much more expensive studio lights, you don't have color and power control on the light. It's just a light source, but you can put these ND filters and cut the light source down. There's a color to orange. So all of that is pretty nice. Again, this is a very low-cost entry into some lights that are made by a very high-end manufacturer, Rotolight. And then the other part that's in here, let's just set that aside, is the microphone. It looks like it comes in a plastic bag, yeah. So inside the plastic bag is a microphone that uses a 9-volt battery there. It's got a shock mount, so you can see. And there's a couple extra bands there in case you snap one here or there. It's got a cold shoe mount and a tripod mount, so you have all the mounting options you might need. And I guess the light just goes right over the microphone there. Let's check that out. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. So that then can go on your smartphone rig. Of course, there's extra parts in here. There's a dead cat for the microphone when you're filming in windy conditions or outdoors. There's a drawstring bag to hold the microphone, and of course, some manuals. Now, when you get that thing assembled, you're going to start thinking about the rig that you want to put it on. Like this standard rig that I show at the Smart Film School might be really excellent for this setup. I've got the 7 Oaks grip because it's got a cold shoe on the top. That can go right there. And because this is made, this microphone, made for DSLRs, it uses a mini plug. So you'll need to get that SC4 adapter from Rode, go from mini plug into your smartphone. Then you can put your smartphone right in here, attach it up, and look, man, you've got light and sound in a pretty lightweight package to upgrade your productions. I don't know if it'll work on the DJI Osmo, although I will be seeing if I can fit it on there as well. So what I was finding was that it was a little bit awkward there with my first test at a Mojo setup. It's kind of top heavy and it's a little unwieldy, but it is kind of cute how the light just attaches right on top of the microphone. So it might be something that works for you better than I'm finding it works for me. Let's look at some of the setups in a little more detail right now. Let's have a little bit closer look at the Rotolight, the way I've got it assembled for my first tests. Here, I've turned it on. It's just got a little holder that was in the bag that allows you to attach it to a cold shoe. And you can remove that just by pinching those two flanges. And you can take the light off. And you can take the center portion out. And that's where you get the mounting to the microphone. Let me turn it off for a second and show you what I've done. In the back of the case, I've got 3 batteries in there. There are these neutral density filters and there's a diffusion screen. And I've used the one-stop neutral density filter plus the diffusion screen. And they get sandwiched between this clear housing and the LEDs themselves. And it takes a little bit of pressure. You got to kind of push off there with your thumbs to get access to those screens. So I put the diffusion screen in first, and then I think probably one stop less of light will be good for my filming situations, which are mobile journalism, portraits for interviews, basically selfie camera, something a little bit softer. Still throws a lot of light down on the table. I think if I switch off the overhead light, you'll just see how powerful it is. And that's with one stop off. And because it's a circular light, it'll throw really soft light washed over people's face to give really natural looking effects. And yeah, of course it's circular, so it'll put circular highlights in the eyes, which I can't wait to do in my tests to show you just how beautiful that looks on camera. So it's not too difficult to set up, and this is what it looks like in my current configuration. I'm going to show you a film test here that I made with this rig. Now this rig has a little nice wide flat-based tripod base from DJI. This actually goes with the Osmo, so this gets really stable. And I've got a couple of shoulder pod H1s, actually 4 of them, a little R1 rig here, and my favorite go-to mics still is the Rode Video Mic Pro, and with the SC4 cable going in to the iPhone, works really, really well. Of course, you could use different mics, and this just seems more balanced to me in the field. You know, I think this microphone, while it's cool, it comes with this sound and light kit. If you're not going to use it with the light attached, you have obviously the option here, and that's really cool how they give you this this standoff so that you can put this in a cold shoe mount or on a tripod. It's a really versatile kit. And I said if you can find it, you've got options, and it's pretty darn handy. Let's see what it looks like on camera. And I'm sorry I don't have any test models other than me today, so that's what you're going to get. So let's look at it under some different lighting conditions. So hi, this is Robb Montgomery, and I'm at a typical filming distance, and you can see I'm standing, I've got some window light and now the fill coming from the Rotolight. And I'm going to change the lighting conditions here in the studio so we can see how the Rotolight adapts to various lighting conditions. I've got daylight balanced lights behind me there in the studio for filming. And if I switch around here to a gray backdrop and now a black backdrop and now a colored backdrop, and I'm going to switch off these studio lights here so you can see the effect with just the Rotolight and how it might work in a typical situation. I'm going to go against white now. And that's about the normal filming distance. I would be over there interviewing somebody, or in this case doing a piece to camera. And I'm just using my little handheld rig to test the Rotolight to see if it's too strong, if it needs more neutral density filters, or if it's going to be just right. So, okay. I used the Filmic Pro app there to record, and I've got to say it puts a nice highlight, a ring highlight in the eye as a catch light. It tends to put a nice soft light out that doesn't seem to be blinding me too much, especially if I'm talking to the lens or talking to an interview subject. I think I can make that work, and I'm willing to give it a try in some field trials I'll be doing in the future with a client. So that is the Rotolight Sound and Light Kit. Does that look like it might work for you? Let me know. I'm at hashtag GearTest on YouTube. I'm at RobbMontgomery.com. You can find me in the Smart Film School, where we put tons of tutorials like this into courses, into certificate courses. And of course, I've got a book called Smartphone Video Storytelling, published by Routledge Press, Taylor and Francis Group, or CRC Group, depending on which part of the world you're in. So check me out at the Smart Film School. My name's Robb Montgomery. Happy filming. Go to geartest.video. That will point you to my latest tips for the best gear that I've found for mobile journalism.